All right, so in today's video, we're gonna talk about the things that you should not film when you do a real estate video. I think this is one of the most overlooked things that can happen in a video, and it's one of the most common mistakes that I keep seeing on other people's videos, and we're gonna talk about it all today. It's gonna be a pretty quick video, so let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here. You are watching OriginaldoBo, and on this channel, if this is your first time here, I do everything from real estate tutorials, videos, how-to guides, along with drone and tech-related content. So if you're into that type of thing, you may want to check out some of the other videos that are here on the channel. So today we're talking about what you should not be filming in real estate, and this could be really anything from items that are left out all the way down to certain rooms in a home. So we'll just jump right into the list. The first thing that we want to start off with is personal effects. So what are personal effects? Well, if you go into a bathroom, it can be anything from toothbrushes, toothpaste, hair cleaner, alcohol wipes, you name it. Any of the things that you really wouldn't want somebody to see as a potential buyer, those need to be removed before you start filming. It's one of the most common and easy things to forget when you start filming, because when we do photos, these are just items that we can half the time just Photoshop out of a frame. But when you start doing video, you can't remove those. And when you start to do detail shots, they definitely are there and they are very, very apparent, and they're not very attractive. So here's a couple of tips that I suggest to have these items removed. First things first, provide your agents with a shot list. This shot list will help them basically prep the house for you to shoot. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just make sure and remind the agent, please remove any articles or items in the bathroom. This could be shampoos hanging up. This could be a loofah, which is really gross. Hanging soaps, I've seen those from time to time. I didn't even know those still exist. They're really gross, by the way. This can be anything from some weird sort of washcloth towels or used washcloth towels that are hanging out. These are all things that need to be considered when you're talking about doing detail shots. This can be toothbrushes, toothpaste, makeup, anything that makes a bathroom look basically messy. You want to make sure you clean up. Now this extends out into the house as well, because you want to make sure countertops are also free and clear of this. You don't want cell phones hanging out or personal papers hanging out on the countertop, because those are all things that will show up in a video. Same thing when you get into bedrooms, hide any of the unmentionables that you don't want to be seen from a video. I'm not even gonna lie, one time I was filming at home and the dude had this huge water bong sitting out and I had to ask him to remove it. And it was massive because there was stuffing there. Make sure those types of things don't happen. And with COVID, just have the agent remove those before you start filming so you don't have to touch anybody's stuff. It's just a good, helpful piece of advice. Now, the second piece on this list is probably gonna be a little bit shocking for some, but pet items. So anything related to a pet, it could be a dog bowl, cat bowl, dish, whatever, pet bed, leashes, hide those, get those out of the frame. You don't want anything to do with pets to be seen in a home, unless if somebody's specifically showcasing a property because of the land and maybe they want animals or something on there. That would be the only time that I would say that is an okay type of thing to film, but otherwise I try to hide those things. Potential buyers are a little bit funny when you start talking about animals that have lived in a home because, well, nobody wants to live in a house that maybe smells like cat or cat pee or whatever. And you got to think of it this way. If they have animals, their animals may try to mark their scent if they move into a home that was previously occupied by another animal. So it's just something to consider. Hide pet effects, get those out of the way. You don't want those in the frame. And that's good advice for whether it be photos or videos. Just hide them. Hide the leashes, hide the whole thing. All right, so the last piece, like I said, this is gonna be a pretty quick video. The last piece of advice that I would give you is that you don't have to film every single room. This is a really common mistake that I see a lot of videographers make, is that they try to force film rooms that just really aren't that interested, or they have a lot of crap inside of the room. So prime example is closet spaces. I never, ever, ever film closet spaces unless I'm asked by the agent. Now, when I film a closet space, those spaces have to be really, really interesting. Now, this is different than taking photos of a closet. Photos of a closet are sometimes a must and can make or break a person's decision on whether or not they buy the house. But in video, it just really breaks the flow of an edit if you have to showcase a closet. The only time I've ever showcased a closet, it was when it was really super interesting. I remember one time there was a house, it was like a $2 million house, and the entire upstairs of this loft was dedicated as a closet for this person. She had a huge closet. It even had a spiral staircase going up to it. So that was the only time I was able to actually tie that into an edit, was when it worked and when it was interesting. Otherwise, avoid closets. Another room that you're going to want to avoid are mud rooms or half bathrooms. So what's a mud room? Well, we really don't have those down here, but up in the Northeast, there's a little nook, a little corner of most houses where you can change out of your raincoat, put your umbrella. It's just a weird, awkward space that doesn't necessarily need to be filmed, because it's not going to be a big reason why somebody would choose to buy that house or not. Half baths are really weird. They're super small. There's a sink and a toilet, neither of which is really all that interesting. Now, I get it. If there are only 2 bathrooms in a house, you may want to go ahead and film that. But if you're dealing with a house with, let's say, 2.5, 3 baths, and one of those is a half bath, it's not really something that I would consider amazing or needing to be filmed. It just breaks up the flow of the video. And I really wish agents would stop asking me to film those half baths, because it doesn't make or break the edit, and they don't realize they're breaking the way the flow of the video goes by filming those little non-essential bathrooms. Prime example, down here in Florida, we have pool bathrooms, and while they're cool, they're just not interesting. Nobody cares about a panning shot into a bathroom. That's what your photos are for. So rely on the photos to showcase those rooms particularly, and it'll help you out immensely. Now, the last piece of advice I would give to you is try to avoid garages as well. Now, again, these are all exceptions that I'm going to talk about as well. The only exception would be is if the garage has amazing flooring or is super, super clean. But what I've found is garages, like closets, become dump alls when somebody is prepping to sell their house. They hide everything in the garage because they're impending people coming into the home to view it. So I try to avoid garages. I try to avoid closets, because a lot of times they're just disasters. And again, it's not going to make or break somebody's sale. But if you have like a man cave or something in the garage that looks really cool and you want to showcase maybe some interesting tile or flooring, by all means, go ahead and film it. But otherwise, I just try to skip those rooms altogether. Again, you don't have to film absolutely everything. I think that's one of the biggest things I want to stress here is don't force filming something if it's not absolutely needed, or you wouldn't care about it yourself. That's sort of the way I go into every single shoot. All right. That's going to do it for this particular topic. I'll be back again probably tomorrow with some more sort of helpful tips like this. I'm going to expand. I'm going to take this month to try to expand on all the things, sort of like a brain dump of everything I've learned shooting houses over the past 3 years. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, well, I can't really help you. You're just this broken individual that will annihilate me in the comments, and then I'll respond back. All the good things. I'll see you later. Stay original.